Okay, I have done some thumbnails for my Absolute Superman piece. For each of them, I'm starting with 9 thumbnails. When I have a pose that I need like a really weird angle on that I can't just imagine, I use this website called Magic Poser, and you can just use it on the website. You don't need to download it, and I just pose the little guy, and you can spin the camera around to whatever angle you want. I use other websites for different types of reference too. Let me know if you want me to share those. This is my scaled up thumbnail that I was working from, and I've just been drawing on top of that. Then I worked on the pose, getting the actual face and expression down. I feel like that looks like him. He's not a happy guy, so I didn't want to draw him as a happy guy, because first I drew like a happy little face, and like that's not right. Just finishing up the sketch, adding details of his suit so that I can include them in the line art. He does have all these lines on his suit that I ended up not including just so that it would be clearer when I drew the city on top of it. But yeah, it was fun to draw the Superman logo as always. Okay, wait, I'll get rid of, yeah. This is like my mock-up to see if I like the colors and the composition and stuff. I honestly don't know if I like it, but I'm gonna trust the process and just keep going with my plan. Doing the hairline art, which took super long, definitely the longest part of the line art. Alright, checking along with the line art. I feel like he looks like Hayden Christensen as Anakin. I don't know, do you see it? Here's a real-time clip, I think it's the only one in the video, and this is how slow it actually is in real life, so not very fun to watch. Just finished the line art. When I do things like this, I I start with like my thickest brush, and then I reduce the size a little bit as I go further down, further away. So I got a little clip of coloring in the skin here, and then I have clips of my pie, my Superman Super Cherry Super Pie I made, which was very yummy. It's all vegan. Oh, and then I'm showing off my favorite cup. And then back to the coloring, filling in the flat colors super fast there. I always plan out the colors ahead of time with like a colored mock-up, so I'm just color picking from that mock-up, uh, filling in all that little dust particles for the Krypton dust cape he's got going on, and doing this like super basic shading, which is barely visible in the end result. And yeah, sketching in the cityscape, not using a perspective grid. I know the perspective's off. I think it looks cool anyway, I will say. And yeah, just putting that in. Okay, I actually think this looks really cool. And I was gonna go in and add more detail and lighting and stuff to make it actually look like a city, like little windows and stuff, maybe a little bird flying through. Oh my god, I could do a bird and a plane. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know, I might do that. But then I thought, okay, I should go ahead and do the details in the other areas, because I feel like right now it would look really cool to make that super detailed because it's got all these flat colors balancing it out. But when I go in and make those detailed too, it might be too much. So I'll do the line art in the yellow and the red bit, and I'll check back in. When I was drawing in the wheat fields for the Kansas yellow part, it didn't really look like a scene of a field. So I think adding in the tractor and the little birds and the grass really helped convey what was going on. The Krypton part was really fun to draw. At first I thought I was just going to be drawing some kind of dust and desert, but I flipped through the book and they had some really cool landscapes of Kryptons. This one's heavily referenced from the book, and I just think it looks so cool. I feel like it looks like an alien planet. Like it's not just like a red desert place. Like I mean, it's not really desert. They have all these like it kind of looks like pink wheat crops, but I'm not sure what it is. Oh, and then back to adding some little details on the buildings just so that they're not random cubes. I realized his eyes are not red. I thought that would look really cool. I mean, come on, I feel like the red eyes look so cool, but I went back and checked, and when his eyes turn red, it's like his whole the whole thing turns red, and it's like bright red. I think it's when he's angry. So I'll give him the blue eyes. And there we go. It looks good. I always do the same process when I'm doing eyes. Circle, circle. Yep, looking in the right spot. And then I come in, fill the top half black. Sometimes I like to add a contrasting color like that. So I'd do like orange or pink or something. And boom, boom. If it's like a serious or a manly character, sometimes I don't do any highlights, and I think in this case I might not do highlights. But I might give him some extra color down there just to add a bit of depth. And then for the eye whites, I do a little, especially on this side where there's a lot of shadow. Yeah, eyes donezo, and now I'll go on to the skin. Also, while I'm working on this, I am also working on my Aquabats mask. Just working on the little, it's basically finished now. I'm just waiting for it to dry. Got some little clips on there. Yay! For this last part, I just go around and add a black to everything. I always do this just to make it pop out a bit more, but especially needed in this case where the background is completely black and everything's super flat looking. So I think this just helps it read a bit better. And then I went and added some highlights and shadows to the hair. Okay, so I have decided I'm finished. I put my little Epic logo on it. I am actually so happy. I was gonna keep working on it, and I thought, oh, it'd be cool to put gradients in the blue and gradients in the yellow and make it shiny. But then I thought, okay, well, if I'm going for like the look of a real suit or the look of gold or whatever, then I wouldn't have put all that line art in it, you know? And so I thought, okay, keep it flat. I've already got a bit of shading going on. And so just leave it as it is. I think that works, especially with the red here. I think it looks so cool. I think it looks like a cool bright light. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm really like shocked that this actually worked. I did these in my book initially, and when I was away and I didn't have reference and I had crayons and it was kind of janky. And so I was just kind of thinking about shape, like, oh, gotta get some cool shape. Thought he could make a crop circle, you know, because he's an alien. And then I had this idea of making the red the Krypton and the yellow the Kansas. And I thought that was, like, so cool of an idea, but I had no idea how to actually execute it. I thought, well, I guess he's going to have to be super zoomed in so that you can actually see these parts. And I thought, well, that looks really stiff and stupid, you know? I wanted to look cool. Like, I still wanted to look cool. Before I started doing the city, like when it was just flat colors, I was so tempted. I was so tempted to just abandon my plan and just color it in normally and just like add the lines on his suit they're supposed to be there. And I was like, no, Raven, stick with the plan. Stick with the plan. And I did. And I was like, Raven, I don't want to do this. It's going to be so much work. It's not even going to look right. It's not even going to turn out how you think it's going to turn out. But I didn't listen to that. I didn't listen to that stupid voice. And look, it freaking worked. Anyway, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad because every single process, like the whole time I did this drawing, okay? I started this drawing like 2 weeks ago. And then I didn't work on it for a week because I was like, man, I don't know about that one, Raven. Because, yeah, every single step of it, I had so much doubt and I did not think it would work. Hair, I was originally just gonna make it flat black like this. I mean, honestly, actually, that does look kind of cool. Okay, I don't know. That is actually kind of cool. And, you know, they say kill your darlings, right? Well, they say that with writers, but it's the same with visual arts, too. They say kill your darlings. And so I thought, oh, Raven, I did all of this. I did all of this hair line art. Oh, like the hair line art was like the most consuming part of the main line art. And I was like, oh, you can't cover all that up, Raven, you know? And I was like, no, Raven, kill your darlings. You have to let go because the result will be better with the black. But then I thought, okay, well let's just see how it would look if I did some highlights. So I had it like that. And then I was like, oh, well, let's just see if I did the light hair and then I put some shadows in it. And I was like, oh, I actually like that. I actually really like that because, you know, his face is the only thing that's actually properly shaded. And so I feel like that kind of works well with the face and then keep everything else flat. And then his face and hair really jump forward. But that means I didn't learn my lesson. I didn't learn my kill your darlings lesson. So next time, maybe. One lesson I did learn, though, and I'm proud to say this, one lesson I did learn was pure black. I used some pure black. With my Absolute Martian Manhunter piece, I'll bring it over here. I wanted to use pure black. Like, I think pure black would have looked pretty cool with this. But then I was like, no, I just had this, like, this voice in the back of my head that's like, Raven, you can't use pure black. Oh, it lacks depth or whatever. And I was like, fine, I'll use dark blue. And I do that a lot when I'm like, Raven, don't use black. I do, like, very dark blue, very dark, like, burgundy, brown, that kind of thing. And, I mean, for this one, it's so colorful. I think the blue adds to it. But I really want to do something with a lot of flat black just because I've been too scared to do that. And yeah, so finally did that. I did a bit of black in my Absolute Batman one too. See here, which I think is cool. But this is like an actual, like, I feel like the black in this is like a statement, it's not just all the background. Like this, the black, it's not that interesting, right? But this is like, whoa, like I didn't even put any stars in this. I resisted the urge so hard to put stars. Because I love putting stars on a black sky. It's so much fun. But I didn't. I stayed strong. I used my willpower. So anyway, Superman done. I've done Absolute Batman, Absolute Martian Manhunter, Absolute Superman, and left I have Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Green Lantern, and Absolute Flash. So yeah, I think my Fate cover assignment is going well. It's fun. Oh, and check this out. I did a goofy little mock-up. Whoa. Yes, I'll see you next time on soda dot straw. Hey! Yeah.